Welcome to War Commander Unshackled. 69ing the update, notes themselves, as well as Romero's dress. So I mean that figuratively and literally, because tonight we will show a picture of Romero in a dress, as well as, well, show different opportunities at the different what's the word I'm looking for? Different designs that the community has made for their Romero War Paint challenge. I've tried my best to hide all the player names, so this way we don't have like player names in the pictures. So I didn't. If you see your picture and you don't see your name, that's my reasoning. Is I just wanted everybody to vote on the pictures out in YouTube when we get to that section and not vote because, oh, I see this clan or I see that clan or I see that name up there. So if you see a name or anything like that, just let me know, and then I'll call myself a noob. So on the panel, we've got myself. This week I did put the link out, so hopefully somebody else will join and whatnot. But let's get started with the easy stuff, which is War Commander next week, which is basically like a post that CM Bernie does on Fridays, typically. So we're going to go into the Infinite Vortex. So present to everyone. Cool. So we have War Commander next week. So we've been through all this. Right now we have the Kraken base, the Judge base. We even have some Valentine's Day bases out today. So they give you a lot of resources, so take advantage of that. The one that's shaped like a heart gives a ton of resources, and the one that is like winter, like ice, it has like 45 million in there, and with Master Loot, in theory, you'd get 450 million. So go ahead and grab all the resources that you got, that you can while these bases are out. I don't know if they're going to be out tomorrow, so take advantage of them while we have them today. But for tomorrow, we have the Shadow Ops Blinding Light Chapter 1 Phase 3 beginning. So we get on our third part, and I apologize for my phone notifications. I thought I turned them off. But anyways, I mean, that was a cricket outside, not my phone notification. Yes. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, anyways, yeah. So we have the world map. Sentinel. On the world map, we have the Sentinel token bases. So we got Shadow Ops tomorrow, plus we have a bunch of PvP stuff that's coming out over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So let's get to it. So the first thing we have is our 9.07 downtime and release notes that CM Bernie has graced us with. So we have the patch notes. The following changes and fixes are being applied in the Thursday, February 14th update. So if you're playing the game right now, you're watching this rather right now, this has already been implemented into the game, a lot of this stuff. So, PvP update. Multiple changes to PvP are arriving on Friday, February 15th at 10 a.m. Pacific. So this stuff's going to be coming tomorrow. Earning stars is now based on damage dealt during a battle. Finishing off a nearly defeated base will no longer result in 3 stars. So basically, if you... well, let me just read all this and then I'll explain it. A message from Friendly Fixer. He's one of the Kixeye staff. I think he's the engineer. Stars are now earned by doing damage that achieves specific thresholds. Those are 50, 75%, and 100%. Attacking a base that's fully repaired will mean you can earn up to 3 stars if you flatten it. Attacking a base when it's over 50% but less than 75% will grant up to 2 stars. One for achieving 75% and another for the 100% flat. Bonus infamy is granted at 2 and 3 stars, so there's even more reward for flattening a base completely. Attacking and doing no damage will not result in any infamy gain. So basically, there was a huge thing in the past where as soon as you flat a base, you just attack and end attack for 10 minutes, and it would drain the infamy. Well, now, if you just attack and end attack, you're not going to gain anything. You have to reach a certain damage threshold in order to gain any infamy, it appears. So... it says attacking a base when it's over 50 but less than 75. So basically it's over a 1-star threshold but not quite a 2-star. Can only grant up to 2 stars one for achieving 75. So in other words, if you don't get that 75%, like they're at least a 1-star, and you don't get that 2-star, you're not going to get any, potentially you're not going to get any honor, or infamy, I mean. It's interesting, because it says it only grants up to 2 stars, 1 star for achieving 75, and then 2 star for achieving 100. So in theory, you need to get at least a 1-star, quote, damage in order to get infamy payout. So in theory, if somebody's 1-starred and you attack them and get, say you damage a wall or something like that, an end attack, in theory you shouldn't get any infamy. This is kind of how I'm reading this. So then platoon versus platoon battle timer will be lowered to 3 minutes from 7 minutes. So I kind of like that. So this way I don't have to hide my detonator as long. Keep in mind that still the 2 attack rule will apply. So if somebody attacks your platoon, ends attack, and then attacks it again, ends attack, or the time runs out and they basically fail to kill your whole platoon, they get morale. They get a morale icon on their tune, and then the second time the tune goes home. So just keep that in mind. Then it says earn more stars in a battle to unlock bonus infamy. So obviously 2-star and 3-star pay out way more than a 1-star would. To kick off these new changes, we'll also be initiating a bonus infamy weekend beginning Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific. So basically that is, GMT -8 is Pacific. That's going to be 1 o'clock Eastern and 6 o'clock GMT. And then the rest of you guys can figure out what it is for you. Basically, whatever time normally the like your event starts, that's what time this infamy weekend should, in theory, start. So then we have new missions have been added to the game. So I haven't seen any new missions unless they're at the bottom right, and I just haven't checked them yet. So they may actually be in there. My YouTube side chat's not. It's saying it like nobody's chatting. So if you're out there on YouTube, just hit me up. Let me know that you're out there. Because for some reason it's not updating. Oops. So give me one moment. I'm going to go to... yeah, I have that on and off. Cool. Alright. So is there anybody watching me? Started streaming 7 minutes ago. No viewer. 10 watching now, 11 watching now. Cool. You got 11 watching now. All right, Mr. Rommel, thank you for letting me know that YouTube's watching. I'm going to pop it out on my phone. All right, cool. What's the new mission, Erwin? So then we have new bug fixes. Fixed an issue where the Bishop's Lumos aura would last for 18 seconds instead of 35. Fixed an issue where multiple applicable heroes could not be placed in the defensive platoon. So I guess your base platoon. Fixed an issue where rejecting all missions would not reset the cooldowns. And then those are the missions at the bottom right. And then instant finishing multiple different types of missiles no longer results in missiles sometimes disappearing. So basically, if you would build like a bullseye and a maverick, sometimes, they would disappear and they would vanish. And so hopefully that's fixed. That's going to require some testing in order to verify that it actually is fixed. Destroy 30 bases and get 5 million Thor. Does it specify what bases or what units? Is it just 30 bases? And is it 30 PvP bases or PvE? I'm just replying to something that Erwin put in the side chat on YouTube. I'm going to try to rig my phone on a ghetto stand, so bear with me for a moment while I rig this up. Hey, phone, I did not tell you to turn off. Unlock. Cool. Can we turn sideways? Awesome. 99% likely is PvE. All right. Yeah, it'd be better if it was PvE, because 30 PvP bases, that's going to be rough if you're hitting them like your level. We'll post all new missions in Discord PM. Awesome. Thanks, appreciate that. Maybe we can showcase them live on the show. And so, of course, he is our War Commander and Vega. For those of you who play Vega, he's our Vega community manager, apparently still. So, and while we're here, if you guys are not sure of the forum rules, if you go to CM Bernie's, anything he posts, he has the forum rules there, and then how to send a support ticket right there. So, yeah, I thought I could get my Discord up on my phone, but that's not going to happen. All right, so then let's move over to the PvP developer diary. So this is written by one of our product managers. So I'm not sure the product manager that wrote this, but it says, Commanders, please check out this write-up discussing PvP and War Commander written by one of our product managers. Let me know if you guys can read this in YouTube or if you need me to make it bigger. Oh yeah, let me go function, go full screen like this. There we go. Here at War Commander Headquarters, HQ, we've been taking a hard look at PvP. What we want PvP to look like and what is holding it back. PvP is something we want to be core to the War Commander experience and something that we haven't given enough attention to in the past. We've got a whole bunch of things in the works that will add more depth to the experience and change incentive structures. This blog series will try to lay out our vision for PvP and explain some of the plans we have for it. By opening up the process, we hope to assure the community that we are doing something and that we are taking this seriously. We also hope to get even more honest feedback from our players. Every time we've held focus groups, ran surveys, or released, quote, fixes, we get great, passionate responses from all you commanders. Ultimately, this is your game. And since we choose not to engage in PvP because it damages you, but not us, we cheat. All of you understand that nuance is better. All of you understand the nuance is better than we ever can. So let's get into it. This is going to be long. Hold on to your butts. The first topic we want to address in this series is one of the ugliest problems plaguing a fun, competitive PvP scene. This is the behavior known in the community as 69ing. We all know this is a problem, and after many brainstorming sessions, chats with the communities, surveys, and false starts, how has fixing it gone? Not great. So shout out to Kixeye because they realized that their fixes for 69ing hasn't or it's not been great so far. But something I want to address is they say that we cheat. So basically, Kixeye makes the game so they can do whatever they like to their units, I imagine. They can probably repair all their units, whatever, like in Warpath. We would smash their base, they would instantly repair it. And so, they have that advantage. So PvP is hurting us and not so much them because, we coin if you choose to do so, or we spend time to repair stuff. Where them, they can just, based on my experience, when you would hit one of them, they would, their base would instantly heal. So, obviously they have the upper hand in any PvP engagement. That's why they're saying that the community knows PvP better than they do, because the community's out here actually PvPing daily. And, we spend hours and hours, and theoretically, War Commander community's PvPing 24 hours a day. It's one clan this day, or at this time, then one clan at this time, and another clan at this time. The U.S. people are on at one time, then the Europeans come on, and then the Australians and New Zealand people, like people out that way, that are way ahead of the U.S. time. So there's people all over the world PvPing all different times of the day. So collectively, we can give Kixeye some good feedback, and so far, I guess we have given good feedback. So, in order to talk about something, you want to first define it, and so that's what they do in this paragraph. So, how to 69. Before getting into the details, it's important to develop a shared definition of what 69ing is, since it has been confused with other activities, example, Ring of Fire, in the past. Golden Doodle had put 69ing way in the past. It said like 69ing, it was really talking about the Ring of Fire. And so this is what they're clearing up. That's what that's in reference to. They're clearing everything up there. At its core, players excuse me, players have leveraged protective bubbles as a form of self-preservation. To get these bubbles, players will tend to enlist a friend, a helpful sector mate, or an alt account to my knowledge, because you're using one account to benefit the other. Just throwing that out there. Depending on the time of bubble they desire, the level of destruction will be limited. So basically, you know, in community terms, we give a 69-year-old give a 1 or 2 star depending on how long they want. If they're just, you know, taking a bubble so they don't get hit in the sector, but they're going to continue to fight, generally they take a 1 star. If they're going to bed for the night, they get a 2 star, because a 2 star is the same as a 3 star, I believe, if they haven't updated it yet. So, given that, we will move forward with the understanding that 69ing can be stated as follows. Appreciate that, Erwin. I'll go check them out when I'm not screen sharing, and we'll see what we can do. See if I can share them all. Okay, so 69ing is the act of providing the longest desired damage protection to a friendly target by dealing the lowest amount of damage possible. That's a pretty good generic term. But yeah, like we all know in the community, like somebody takes a bubble because they don't want to get hit. And so they want to, they either give a 1 star or 2 star, thus giving a damage protection bubble, a protection bubble, but then so the defender can't be hit and lose infamy and that kind of stuff. So now we're going to define bubbles. So why do bubbles exist? There's no doubt that bubbles have a reason for existing, but are they good reasons? Does the bubble achieve its aims? Unfortunately, none of the original designers of the bubble mechanic, are still around to ask what they were thinking. So here's what we believe the purpose is. 1. Allow players to safely rebuild after destruction. So if you get flat, a bubble gives you sufficient time to heal your base tune, heal your base. Because even a 1 star, I think, is like 18 hours. And so if your base tune isn't healed in 18 hours, you got way too much in your base. Or maybe you want to upgrade your base. I think it's your go-go bar. So this way you get a increased reduction in your base repairs. So number 2, ensuring players have the chance to participate in defensive content. So if I'm a medium level or even a high level and somebody wants to jail me as, what is it, onslaught, invasion, what is that other one? And the defensive waves on events.
Yeah.
So I can be in my bubble and I'll still get that. I'll still be able to participate in the events. So then we have 3. Ensure players have the ability to manage and use their base. So again, once you get flat, after an hour, you can redesign your base to make it better. Change it, move different turrets around, move units around, that kind of stuff. And you can do it all without getting bubbled again. What's up, Killer and Ghost Rider? So we have 4. Protect against unlimited, undefended farming while the target is offline. So yeah, if we didn't have any bubbles, certain people would just come in and attack, just drain infamy. And so obviously that's a penalty for going offline or going work or, doing other things like, outside of War Commander. And then 5, curb bullying. So that kind of goes in with number 4. If you see a level 30 something that's trying to play the game and you're a level 45, you just want to keep attacking this guy, you jail him with your tunes, don't let him get any resources. At least with the bubble, he can't keep losing his infamy. Now you can still like jail him and get his resources and stuff, like blockade him from getting resources, but he can still jump. But that's another thing, like once a person's in a bubble, they can jump to a sector that's maybe less populated if they're getting bullied in one sector. So what is up, Jeff? Sorry, I don't know your game name. So then we feel that all of these goals are absolutely worth addressing, and no matter what solutions we implement, they have to be addressed. But did the bubble achieve these aims? In most cases, the boxes seem to be ticked. So I guess the boxes are these numbers. So maybe the bubbles might not be the problem, and the real problem is the unintended side effect that bubbles introduced, aka 69ing. Thinking along these lines has led us to some new ideas. High anxiety, that's right. Yep. Anxiety.
That's just logging in every day.
Hey, what's up, Ghost Rider? Is there anyone else on the panel?
No, just us three.
Us three. So Erwin Ramo, I guess, is with us. Or who's the third person?
Hawkeye.
Oh, what's up, Hawkeye?
Oh my
Sorry, guys, I'm full screen, so I can't see like who's in the.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Go ahead.
Chat and whatnot.
Snuck in.
So yeah, now I'm finally not alone. I'll have to sing that song. Oh, boy.
If you start singing that, I'm leaving.
I don't want to sing too much because I don't want to get the YouTube show flagged. I mean, I know my voice is so beautiful and so awesome that people will just they're just gonna report the show that it's so popular. Like, hey, Daba's singing, man. You guys need to get on. It's gonna get like 1 million views. So I don't want to put that kind of pressure, on the working men community. And if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn, New York.
I was waiting for that.
And for our non-American friends, PM me and I'll let you know what that's about the bridge in New York, the Brooklyn Bridge. All right, so now we have bubbles and loss aversion. So can someone Google what aversion means, or tell me what aversion means?
Aversion or aversion?
Aversion. That's a $5 word. I didn't get to that level in my vocabulary class.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Okay, Google. Hey, Google. Okay, Google. The stupid thing.
Try Siri.
What does? All right, I got it. What does aversion mean? I thought she was going to speak. A strong dislike or disinclination. I hate these Google definitions because now, like, what does disinclination mean?
Exactly. Right. I'm letting you handle it.
A strong dislike. Oh, yeah. So bubbles and like a strong dislike of like losing stuff. So yeah, you got to put this in Daba Phoenix terms. So this way simpletons like Daba Phoenix can understand.
Well, I have a definition here: a tendency to extinguish a behavior or to avoid a thing or situation, especially a usually pleasurably one. It is or has been associated with noxious stimulus.
Okay, then.
So high anxiety, what does disinclination mean?
He says avoidance.
Because aversion I knew it was avoidance, but
I look at it this way: if you want to avoid it, it's just log off and go play something else and come back in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Alt F4 is the best way to clear all your lag and everything. Just throwing that out there. The power button on your computer is even faster than Alt F4.
And a hammer is a permanent solution.
Exactly. You just pull the power cord on a desktop. The laptops have a battery inside them, so you have to hold the power button. But I would not recommend that, as it may damage your hardware.
Yeah.
But it's a good way to clear lag and all that.
If it does, I can send you to. I can give you Daba Phoenix's Facebook thing, so you can go complain to him.
Yeah, Facebook.com/get a new computer. That might actually be a Facebook website. So if that's actually a real website and they claim they fix computers, disclaimer: I've never used them. We're not promoting them or anything. We just said that in jest as a joke URL, just in case somebody goes there and says, "Hey, I use their service. Why are they promoting this and all that?" So just throwing that little disclaimer in there. Okay, so back to the good stuff. So bubbles and loss avoidance. Because infamy is an exchange system, that is, when you are successfully attacked, you lose infamy. Players are going to take advantage of any mechanic they can to preserve their status. 69. The bubble become became a rational and effective tool to employ in this cause. While people PvP for all sorts of reasons, some common ones include the shiny goodies, aka path, medals at the end of the week, those what are they called? The accolades that spin around your base. You spin me right round, right. We have the satisfaction that comes from being the best. I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. See, I can't continue the song because it's not relevant to War Commander, but that part is.
Don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
And
Anytime
we
soon.
have the thrill of demonstrating your superiority over your enemies. So, I mean, 2 and 3 are kind of the same.
Daba, you saw how long this was before you started this. Did you bring any water or something?
I have I actually have a measurement on this. Just under a quart of iced tea. For those that do milliliters, it's about 600 milliliters of iced tea. So almost a liter of iced tea.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're gonna be cool.
Right. So basically, the thrill of demonstrating superior. Well, this is being the best is more like the leaderboard. Like, hey, my numbers are bigger than your numbers on the leaderboard. And the thrill of demonstrating your superiority over your enemies is basically flattening a person. Now, to me, flattening a person doesn't show superiority or dominance. Flattening them with under 8 hours in PvP, online, 4 hours offline, that shows dominance. If you're able to get somebody for that, then that shows that you're a really skilled attacker.
Yeah, that I have to agree with.
Because I can flatten. I have a PvP video that I haven't put out, but basically I show my attack logs from 10 full defended bases offline. And for 10 bases, I got 8 hours repair.
Do you ever use those single unit stuff?
Nah. Because there's always going to be. I have a feeling that there's going to be one time where I scrap all of them, and then we're going to need them for something. So I'm still waiting for that. But I basically went into the base, hit Ruby, let my tune do its thing, and I just wanted to prove a point because normally I don't do that. Anyone that's watched me attack, I never do that. And I got about 10 bases. I think they were offline, but they were fully with technicals and phalanx and crap. And it was the 10th base. I could have actually went further, but it was a 10th base that had escorts in it, and they destroyed my Ruby tune. So then I had to actually try in that base. But even then, I got most of my damage from that 10th base because of the stupid escorts. So
do you think the Kraken's going to make it harder for people to go through bases?
Not really. Because now that it shoots multiple targets and doesn't single target, it doesn't appear to destroy stuff like I've seen videos do. Now, mine is not level maxed, or mine is level maxed yet, and I can still land a raptor shot wherever I want in my base. So I thought it was a raptor killer, but it kills the raptor. That's not the issue. It's just it doesn't kill it before it drops its bomb. So,
yeah, that's why I'm hearing a lot of people are scrapping them already.
It's good in the what do you call that? Holdout. And it's good in PvP battles.
Yeah.
There was a certain player in this War Commander community, I won't name names, but this particular person, I put the Kraken with some other Shadow Ops stuff in there. And yeah, I got DC'd as soon as this person attacked. Yeah. And when I came back, they had lost their Shadow Ops tune, and they were still trying to kill it with the I think I had just the Kraken left or Romero or something, and they were trying to kill that with their Siege Squadron, the Ravagers. So I almost got the Siege Squadron, but then he wound up getting I think it was a Marker Healed Kraken or Romero, whatever it was. The Ravagers just overwhelmed it and killed me. But I looked at the log and I was like, man, it looked like this guy attacked my base with all the losses that he had. But nowadays it's just, it was only 9 coins or 10 coins or whatever, and they just coin it back up and then that's it. So, But if you want to cause some people to spend real money to attack you, Kraken definitely can help with that. In the especially if you have the Jericho tactic and it's a PvP attack, because you're not too worried about the faction buff and PvP tune attacks. So, yeah, Jericho can really help that Kraken. But I wouldn't really recommend doing it because in the base, because if you throw 3 Raptors at me, or if you got Jericho in there, I'm going to throw 1 Raptor. You're going to use the Jericho tactic. I'm going to wait till that recharges. So I'm going to count off like 15 seconds, or I'm going to tell my Google to do that. And I'm going to throw another Raptor in. You're going to use the Jericho tactic again, and then waste it one more time. And then I'm going to actually start hitting targets with it. So that's just a waste. And then all I got to do is end attack and then re-attack. And you can't coin your Jericho tactic that quick. So
I think YouTube is going to want to know here shortly. Down at the bottom, it says, "War, what is it good for?" I think they're going to want to know what's up in that.
Yep. So, oh yeah, they what was that? I think it was a '60s song or something during the Vietnam War that they took that from.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get back to this. Oh yeah. So no matter what your motivations are, they're placed at least a little bit in jeopardy because of the chance of loss. You can lose some resources, you can lose infamy, you can even lose the ability to use your base. In other words, somebody can just attack and hold you. There was a particular player that used to run around with a level 2 account and just hold your base, deploy a buggy, retreat it, deploy a buggy, retreat it, and he would just sit there for hours and then you couldn't do anything. So to make things worse, these losses are almost completely outside of the control of the defender. Then there's a seasonal structure. Weekly and end-of-season payouts are done based on a snapshot, a point-in-time accounting, a single number that describes your place in the world and your worth as a commander. I don't know about all that. I don't know about my worth as a commander, but as long as I'm over 3,600, I'm good. Yep. I don't want my number to be 11, 12,000. An aggressive enemy group could easily undo all the hard work throughout the season in the 11th hour. So basically an hour before everything goes, they could come in, smash you, and then
it's all gone.
Yep. Last PvP season, I went hitting right about 2 hours before, and I got knocked to like 3,000 infamy because people were just attacking end attack, and I was scared that I wasn't going to make it. So now I learned my lesson not to do that anymore. Because I thought that the PvP season was going to end Wednesday, but it actually ended Monday, or whatever the day was. Like I thought it was going to end later, so I went PvPing, and then I found out, oh, it's ending in a few hours. I better get my infamy up. So I think I got like 3624 or something. I just barely made it over. So I was very happy about that.
Up until about last infamy season, when we were doing banks and stuff, I decided to become a bank, and that was fun. And I'm not sure how people are going to feel about not being able to do that anymore, but all they can do is just message and blame Kixeye if they're upset about it. I'm looking forward to actually some of these new changes because I want to see if anybody finds out anything around it, you know.
I love the fact that normally at this time in the PvP season, somebody's got 100,000 infamy, and now it's only like 20,000. So it's definitely cut down on, based on the leaderboard, anyways. It seems to have cut down on infamy banks.
Yeah, and
nice.
So if there's a hack or anything like that out there, they should be able to catch that right away.
Let me see. So now, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, 11th hour. So with these stakes, it's only natural that a player would want to protect what they worked hard to earn, especially if they were asleep or at work or whatever it is you all do outside of War Commander. That's a fragment. I just noticed that, especially if they were. It's only
I had noticed that before too.
Especially while they were asleep. So probably don't need the if there. So while they were asleep at work or whatever you guys do outside of War Commander. So YouTube, since to keep you guys engaged, what do you guys do outside of War Commander that stops you from playing War Commander? So write that out there while I continue on this.
Called work.
Yeah. I
work. Netflix.
I work. I drive to and from work, and that's pretty much my life. And then I come here and play War Commander.
I work with my kids, my husband, Netflix, and just daily stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. I used to work, not anymore because of the arthritis, so this is what I got.
We're all here on Valentine's Day doing a live stream. what is it? We're all single and ready to mingle.
Not me. I already had my Valentine's Day earlier, honey. Huh? Woo!
And my friend was complaining that he didn't have a Valentine's Day, and I said, "Hey, my age, I've been single for this long, so it's just another day to me. I go to work, come home, and
How old are you, Dava?
I'm over 20. I don't want to put my real age.
You're over 20. Just say you're 18 plus shipping and handling, honey.
There we go. Although sometimes I have to do my deeper voice in order for people to believe that I'm actually over 20, because when I use my normal voice, people think I'm still a teenager. Or a female. That's over the phone.
You want a pickle?
Under the current landscape of our game, it's almost as if there's no way for a player to feel good, let alone come out ahead, while not 69ing. Well, you hide in a sector that's low population, you hide in a locked sector, or you just play the game properly, and you still have a good gaming experience without 69ing.
Yeah, but there's no way to have fun in this game unless you get out there and kick some butt.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now we've got war. What is it good for? Absolutely everything. See, that song got it wrong. At least in video games, war is good for everything in video.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much in real life because, you can't respawn in real life and all that stuff. But in video games, war is absolutely fun.
Yeah.
So if you know of a good war, leave it in the comment section if you're watching this. And, where are the good wars at? Leave them in the comment section.
Hey, I look at it this way. I enjoy Warpath. I wish they would take away the monthly event and just do it like every 3 months and then just put Warpath once a month. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I like Warpath, but I don't like that somebody can hit me and I take like an hour to get the honor, and then one hit from somebody can take it all from me. Because I was getting about 600 to 1,000 an hour, and then one hit, somebody took 600 from me, and I'm like, are you serious?
That's why you don't do too much the first day. That I've learned over time, and then just build up the second day and just go all out on the third.
Yeah.
I was definitely doing my hiding, staying away from active sectors and stuff because I was like, I can't afford to be hit. Because Warpath, I don't do it honorably. I just hit, do what I got to do, and roll. So we have the war. What is it good for? So the situation above sucks.
Meeting new people.
That's Warpath. I met a lot of good sectors.
Mm-hmm.
And, shout out to the War Commander community because the sectors I went to, they didn't
complain.
I'll put this nicely. They complained. How do I put this in a PG family friendly? They weren't disrespectful. They told me to that my tag was not welcome. They bubbled me, and that was the extent of their hostility.
So all they told you was to bugger off, and that's it.
See, they didn't even do that. They just said, "Hey, your tag's not welcome," and they proceeded to bubble me once, and then I said, "Hey, I'm a friendly guy," and all that, and I was just talking in chat, and they said, "Okay."
That's nice to see
I might
that.
have some new homes. So if you see me in your home or whatever, see me in your sector, just say hi. And yeah. I mean, if I'm there to PvP, I'll let you know.
Just because I have a tag doesn't mean I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you ever see me untagged, all the more reason to chat with me because I'm running solo.
Yeah.
I'm running solo if you ever see me with no tag on. So as commanders of war, you should be out there waging war all the time, telling your own story and showing your enemies that you're better than they are. But we now realize that anytime this thing says we, it's Kixeye, not us on the panel. We realize that we essentially are punishing exactly this sort of behavior. So basically going out and fighting. Like we've already stated, we believe that PvP should be the core to War Commander experience, so we're committed to fixing this. Some things we've implemented or discussed in the past have all taken the form of saying no. We've tried to create rules that tell you what you can't do, what you cannot do. We've come to appreciate that this approach just creates a sort of arms race between players who can best take advantage of the rules and those who are frustrated by them. I don't know why it's blocking your comment there. That's weird. Yeah, so subscribe and put a thumbs up and vote out there and whatnot while we read through this. And welcome everybody new that I didn't give a shout out to. Where did we do that? First read about him. Now that we've laid all of this out, let's talk about some initiatives that we have underway. Instead of looking for a silver bullet, so basically one solution is going to fix everything, we want to think about what our goals for PvP are and then provide some incentives that support them. In terms of 69ing, we don't want to tell you that you can't do it. Instead, we are interested in changing the things that make 69ing worthwhile. That way, if you want to 69, you can, but no one should feel like they have to in order to keep up. So all of this to say, hey Kixeye, what changes are in progress? I'm glad you asked. So these incentives are shaping up to take the form of more instant rewards, less punishment of defenders, and more rewards for defending. We want to incentivize defenders to give, it's supposed to say bloody noses. I don't know why it's filtered out, but to give bloody noses to attackers and reward attackers for the risks that they take on a daily basis. We're working on new ways to score attacks and making sure to appropriately reward the tough ones. Then, we're going to make sure to tie some rewards into your action rather than just your status. This means that the way you play, the way that you want to play is up to you. But for people who are hunting the biggest rewards, we'll have much more responsive rewards. So basically, if you want to be the best, the very best, like no one ever was, you can do that. And then if you just want to get your 3,600 just for your weekly payout, you can do that as well. Or whatever infamy bracket that you're happy with. So that's the attacker covered. But in PvP, it takes 2 to tango. In order for attackers to go on a rampage, they need victims to crush. But, like we've touched on earlier, being the victim kind of sucks. We're developing a system that rates a base's ability to defend itself based on its repaired status and strength of defensive units and buildings. Then, if you're putting yourself out there as a strong defender who is ready to be attacked, well, it seems to us that you should earn infamy. So possibly you may get infamy if you defend your base. The defender may get some infamy, so that would be kind of cool. We're looking into how infamy is transferred. Consequences are great. We believe that the ability to inflict a loss is a very strong motivator on both sides of the battlefield, attacker and defender. It adds stakes to the exchange and makes the fight feel more impactful. Unfortunately, there has been a loophole based around how many stars were awarded that allowed players to easily drain others of their infamy. This is the people that are attacking and ending attack with basically doing no damage. We've recently changed stars to be awarded based on damage that is actually done in an attack. That's the update notes that we did earlier. If you want to beat up on half-repaired bases and grind your enemy into the dust, you still can, but don't expect to earn a lot of infamy for it. So in theory, if you flat somebody and then just want to do the attack and attack, you should still get infamy, I guess, possibly, but that's the thing. I don't know if you have to get that 2-star in order to get infamy if they're flat, or if you can just attack, kill a wall, and then end attack, but hopefully it's the former and not the latter. So the bottom line for all of these changes is 69 if you want to, but if you want to get ahead, you're going to have to get out there and crack some skulls. It's kind of, what is it? A descriptive image of, that's got to be one of you guys at Kixeye has got to change your name to Skull Crusher. Whoever this guy is that wrote this. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen a Skull Crusher in War Commander yet. Because there's always one of those in like every game that I've played. Because of free jump. Tags and untagged are targets because of free jumps. Unknown tags and untagged are targets because of free jumps. Well, I remember I was in 357. I could talk about this sector because it's no longer here. But I was in 357, and if you landed there and you weren't welcome, how do I put this nicely? We showed you some beatdown therapy for like a week until somebody verified that you were good, or until that week came up. It was shoot first, ask questions later. If they said, "Oh, I know so and so in the sector," and so didn't vouch, then we kept hitting you, and we would blockade you and all that. But on days that sectors actually work together, and it's very few sectors that actually coordinate and work together if they were to get mass invaded, or not even an invasion, because invasions really don't exist anymore because everyone jumps. But even like PvP attacks, people want to come in and PvP for a few hours, or even an hour or so. Most sectors can't handle 20 or 30 people coming in. So now, what more can we expect? While this post was meant to primarily be about 69ing, before we wrap up, we want to acknowledge that attackers have ran so far ahead in the power that it's time for some catch-up. Like I mentioned earlier, you could throw the Omega Tune in most bases and flat it. Offline. Online, you could just raptor the bunkers, throw some gunships in there, a few tunes of gunships, and then with the Omega Tune, you're definitely at least getting a 1-star if you throw all that on Ruby. In most spaces, you'll get flat with that. So the attackers definitely have the advantage. The Sentry and the Lancer units both had an eye towards improving defensive power, and without giving away too much, you can expect the next command center to continue this theme. Trust us, defense is far from dead. I watched a guy who's in Discord, and I watched him in a Google Hangouts attack someone else that was in Google Hangouts, and the one that was attacking didn't realize the power of the sentries that the defender had, and the defender just used a whole swarm of sentries and destroyed the attacker's Omega Tune, just wiped it out. So it was at that point I decided that sentries were worth it. My Lancers at level 8, a full base tune of those can 4 or 5 shot an Omega. What is it? The Prophet, who's got the most health in the game right now. So if he's standing still, or even like moving real slow, the Lancers I think can still hit it. So if you I can only imagine at level 20 what these little buggers are going to do, and they get a bonus to vehicles. So it's definitely going to be good. Now, the weakness is going to be the Darkstorm, because once they're in the aura, they're basically useless. But they ain't got the Darkstorm, then I think they're going to be very useful at 20. So it says, we have dozens of other plans in flight that we aren't ready to get too detailed about yet. In the interest in gathering feedback and continuing the conversation, we do want to throw out some teasers of some sorts, of the sort of ideas floating around. So these are the ideas that Kixeye are toying with right now. We want to strengthen the alliance system, making it more consequential, declaring war, creating peace treaties, and controlling territories. So when I hear about this, I think about this Vikings game that I'm playing with the peace treaties. Because basically you can, it's all like politics. So basically you get a peace treaty, and then you can, I think it's Vikings, the peace treaty, it takes down the bubble. So like if somebody's bubbled, I can use one of my peace treaty items, and then it removes their bubble, and then I can attack them. But I think in War Commander, it's going to be like, hey, I want a peace treaty with this alliance, and so me and the other alliance click something in the game or whatever, and then we can't attack each other for however long the peace treaty is. I think it's probably going to be something like that. But yeah, high anxiety, a full base of sentries will fall to the Herald. That's why you want, I think if you put a bunch of sentries and then 5 or 6 AA technicals, I think you'd be all right with, against most the people that spam the units that basically just throw the Shadow Ops tune in and some air. I think you're going to be all right against those guys. I got to actually build some more sentries and get some tech, because I don't have enough yet. I don't have enough tech for them. And then the second thing they say is engaging quick skill-based platoon versus platoon battles. Because nobody PvPs on the map anymore. They just, as soon as you attack even their buggy, they're ready to retreat it. And then a more active role for the defender. So, yeah, these are some of the things that Kixeye is toying around with. So, having read all that, what do you guys think about all of the changes and updates and whatnot?
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I would like to see what people think of it and forums and stuff.
So the thread that I'm reading on right now is an open thread, so you can comment on this. At the top of the thread, it'll say PvP Developer Diary, and so to my knowledge, it should be unlocked. So go ahead and comment everything that you want on this. And then for the update note that for some reason disappeared, that's an unlocked one as well. So I don't know why my update notes disappeared. I blame Google Chrome. It's Chrome's fault. So
We'll just say Dava broke it.
Yeah. Always blame Dava.
Must have been the singing.
Now the final thing that I wanted to cover tonight is I just wanted to do a quick update on our Romero war paint contests and showcase some of the very interesting designs that the community has put up there. So I grabbed all the designs as of 7 o'clock, well, about 7:30 Eastern, or no, 7 o'clock Eastern, whatever today's, February 14th of 2019 at 7 o'clock Eastern. So if you posted after that, I apologize I didn't grab yours, but it took some time to set up my little displaying of this.
And Dava, look at the side chat real quick.
Yeah. All right, so a moment, please, while I review that. Alrighty then. So the question was, what's my favorite Klondike bar type? So I would have to say the mint chocolate chip kind is my favorite. All right, so okay. And so like I said in the beginning, I've tried to get rid of everybody's names and everything like that. So this way, we're just showing the images, and this way we're not having a popularity contest based on oh, I like this name. I like Daba, so I'm going to vote for him. I'm going to vote for his solely because of his name and he's got a terrible design. And there is actually one of these designs that is about the quality of what I could provide. So I'll be pointing out that one. I haven't submitted any, so none of these are mine. To my knowledge, none of the panel has submitted any. So these are just randoms, and I don't know whose design is whose. So I'm just going to showcase them, and they're not in any particular order. I just grabbed them in the order that I found them in the forums. That's about the only order that they are, is the time that you guys put them. So I'm just going to review the rules once, and then we'll go check out these showcasings. And I've pulled them off the forums just in case somebody has the real name on the forums. So just because I don't want to share anything that people don't want me to share. So CM Bernie put this up February 11th. So a few days ago, about 3 days ago. He says, "Commanders, get your creative juices flowing with Romero." Let's just adjusting, just putting this back full screen. All right, so I should be out on YouTube.
Not quite. You gotta screen share it.
Am I not screen sharing?
Nope.
I thought I was. Oh yeah, I'm not. I blame. It said I was screen sharing. I blame Hangouts.
Ooh. There we go.
Screen sharing
Wow.
is awesome. All right.
Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna have to call up Mr. Hangouts and tell him that he's fired.
There you go.
All right. So, Commanders, get your creative juices flowing with a Romero war paint design contest. For the next 2 weeks, come up with your best war paint design for Romero. So let's, just for authenticity's sake. So the 28th apparently is when this is all going to end. So we have our events the 21st to the 27th. So then I guess the judging or whatever will be on the 28th of February. And I don't think we have a leap year yet because the leap years are when we vote for presidents. So okay, so yeah, the end of February is when this will. I don't know. It just says for the next 2 weeks. I don't know what happens in 2 weeks. But anyways, we'll be choosing. So come up with your best war paint design for Romero. We'll be choosing our top 10 favorites, and you will decide the winner. The winning design will have their creation made into an in-game war paint. The winning player and their alliance will win the war paint. So here's the rules for the posting. Download the Romero design template here, and so I'll have an image of that. But if you click this, it'll give you a picture that you can download, and then you can basically put whatever you want on him, as long as it's what do you call that?
PG-18.
Huh?
PG-18.
See, I would even go before that and put like child friendly, because basically the forum rules are for like child friendly content, because like this is no cursing, no sexual suggestive stuff, that kind of stuff.
True.
So basically no adult content on your
Romero.
Basically, if you have a child and you would not want your 5-year-old to see it, then don't put it on Romero.
Yeah, so Daba don't have to see it.
Yeah, there you go. If you wouldn't want Daba to see it, then don't put it on your Romero. So basically it says, actually I can show you how to do this. So you're going to click here, and then it says right click the image and click save image as. So hopefully this goes into my, hang on, let me turn screen share off just to see where it's going to go. So bear with me. All right, cool. I just got to make sure it's not my my work folder that it's going to go into. YouTube does not care about what I do for work, but my boss cares if I screen share to a YouTube channel what I do for work. Yeah. All right, so if you click here, it opens you to this Imager thing. So you can copy this into something like PowerPoint by just
Paint.
Right click, or Paint, or whatever your favorite image editing software is. So you can right click copy, and then you can paste it wherever. Or you can hit save image as. So this is the instructions that they give you there. And so you can see I've already downloaded it. That's why they have the 1 there. But
or for February, you can always turn the cameo pink. Breast cancer awareness, Romero.
And just a FYI, these are not sponsored by Unshackled. These are just advertisements that randomly popped up on the right there. So
yep, just like Facebook.
And Kixeye doesn't endorse, to my knowledge, Kixeye doesn't endorse these as well. And, Imgur is just the platform they use to share this image with us. So, yeah, there's a little icon. There we go. So this is the image, the stock image. So you can put your theme name right there if you want. So basically, you want to kind of keep within the guidelines of these boxes and whatnot. So the requirement for the challenge is to do the front. Now, if you do the front and the back, that's just brownie points that, you might get more votes because somebody is able to see the back design. But, yeah, just the front is required to be entered into the contest. So once you do that, you can add your design to the template. So whatever photo editing software you like. Only the front. Go crazy. There are no limits as long as your designs don't violate the community rules. Community rules being the forum rules. Basically what we said earlier, like keep it family friendly. Once your design is complete, reply to this thread and add your image to the post. If you need any assistance doing that, go in Discord, contact I would show you how to do it, but again, that's going to open up potentially people's real names on their forums. So I haven't pre-screened names on this forum. I just kind of grabbed photos. So yeah, that's why I'm not sharing. I'm not scrolling down. So someone says in YouTube they want a Romero that looks like Shrek. So if you want him, you can enter that in. And I don't know if there's a copyright on Shrek image, but I'm not. That legal department is not my cup of tea. What's up, Mirza? Mirza, I guess. So it says, once your design is complete, reply to this thread and add your image to the post. Now here's something I haven't seen really too much in doing a cursory scanning, basically just doing a quick scan. Please write a short paragraph that briefly describes your inspiration and what you did to bring it to life. So basically write a short paragraph about why your image looks the way it does, why you chose that, what your inspiration was, and that kind of stuff. So for instance, if you were going to use the Shrek image, you would say, I'm inspired by large ogre-like creatures. The color green really brings out the color in his eyes. You really like Shrek 1, 2, and there's probably Shrek 3 out there. And you really like, the fantasy world and how he's a very knightly, chivalrous character, because I think he saves the queen in the first one, or the princess or something, so there you go, and then that would be your paragraph. So, we will close this thread on February 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific, so that's not exactly 2 weeks. We might have to get in contact with Kixeye about that. And begin reviewing all the designs. We'll announce our top 10 favorite designs on March 4th in a new thread in which you will be able to vote on your favorite. Please see below for all of the important times and dates and times. So start, well, if you're watching this show, you can start now. Ends February 25th at 10 a.m. Pacific, which is, do I not have this memorized by now? 6 p.m. GMT. Voting begins March 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. GMT. Voting ends March 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. GMT. And the winner will be announced 3 days later on March 15th at 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. GMT. So the Warpaint created date is to be determined. And of course, everything's subject to change, these particular dates. So if Kixeye feels the need to push anything back, well, they're going to do it because this is their game. What's up, Mercs? So below you can find the template and a few designs from the War Commander game team. So we can right-click here as well and then hit Save Image As, and then it'll do the same thing. So, I think these are what we have. Cool. All right, so from here on out, I'm going to show you this really awesome PowerPoint that I have made. Oops, we're not supposed to be starting here. Microsoft, PowerPoint, you're fired. All right. Whoa. I didn't have time to put awesome sound effects, but we have the Romero Warpath Design Contest.
That's good first attempt.
I'm just moving my phone. So question, how does this black and green lettering look against that like red background?
It stands out.
That's about the only comment.
Hey, that took me all of about 5 seconds to find the font, and about another 10 seconds to get it to the right size, and then another like 15 seconds to pick the colors. That's about a minute's worth of work there.
Okay, if there's a size issue, you can always ask City to help you.
I got had about 30 minutes to do this PowerPoint. This is what I was doing before the show. This is why we were about 5 minutes late.
Jeff said Shrek colors.
This is probably one of the worst PowerPoints I've ever created in my life. So bear with me because I'm usually very OCD with my PowerPoints.
Almost gives you a
headache. But with that, let's get started. So this is the stock image that they give you. So we saw that before, and remember that just the front is required. And like I said before, I don't own any of these. I don't take any credit. Me nor the panel created any of these. So shout out to whoever made these. They're all pretty much good.
Yeah, he does look like he's got a surprised look on his face, though, especially with that bunny outfit.
So the first one we have is CM Bernie. I am just now realizing that on his arms says CM Bernie. The Battle Bunny.
The Battle Bunny.
So a little funny thing. So when CM Bernie came around, everybody thought his name was CM Bunny. And for the moderators, we were like, hey, you might want to change your moniker because, like, you know, you're gonna get made fun of and that kind of stuff. And says, no, it's Bernie. And then we says, oh, okay. But CM Bunny had stuck in the forums, and so that's why we got the Battle Bunny looking thing. But
that's hilarious.
He's got little grenades, egg pouches that are his grenades. So he just pulls one off his pouch.
Makes me wonder what's in those eggs.
When he's out of these, he can pull his. It looks like he pull his tail off. He's got a big snowball on the back of him, which the snowball should melt because of the fire. But you know, work him in a lot of things. And where's the back of these Battle Bunny shoes right here?
Oh yeah, you did forget. Oh,
that's awesome. I think. Hey Kixeye, if you're listening, Sam Bernie needs his Romero to look just like this, just for Sam Bernie, because that's awesome. Then we have Unknown. I don't know who made this one, but this one he put like helmet, exoskeleton, quad props. I guess this is probably tech that he would put, but
ooh, I like that.
I wonder if this guy would fly with these choppers, or if this is just looking like a
buzzsaw.
Cosmetic. If it's cosmetic or if it's functional.
Buzzsaw.
And this, I wonder where he would stick this gun, because he would have to strap
I don't want to know.
It looks like he's got shoulder straps, and they would come out like at his chest, and he would just kind of mount it like a turret gun. That would be kind of cool. Red head, bandana, and you have Rambo.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking for a good picture of like Rambo, but then it had Sylvester Stallone, and I don't know if we could share him online.
Well, they had a couple of things for the events where I could have sworn one of the artists' pictures looked like Sean Connery.
He's a dude that did 007, right?
I think, yeah.
I'm not a movie watcher.
I don't remember anymore. Been so long.
So this is somebody named Light Touch, and their name is on the forums, and so I can share it.
But the dress don't match.
This just like the best thing I can say for this is it's 2019, and we can no longer everybody can be their own person. Everyone can choose the style of clothing that they wear, even if you wear a dress over battle combat gear.
It's a transgender Romero.
What kind of bothers me is not so much that this dude is wearing a dress, but that it's all white on the back. It's not polka dotted on the back, like
exactly.
And then that the front of his head is brown, but then the rest is orange. Like the orange kind of fits with the dress. We need orange in the front too. I guess he's got business in the front, party in the back. Kind of like the mullet. So this is one. I guess somebody tried to get a 3D image of Romero because it looks like he's still got like the battle vest pants on him and a helmet. So that one looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
But would it still be acceptable if they, make it where it's like tilted and not like flat like in the picture?
And just real quick, this is the end of this lovely. See, I don't know this lovely person. I don't even want to characterize this gender because I have no idea what gender this Romero identifies as. So this person, this particular design, that's what we'll call it. This particular design is the last of the Kixeye ones. Now we're going to get to the player ones, the player submitted ones that I was able to find. So to answer your question, I'm not sure if they're able to accept it like this because he's kind of tilted instead of flat, but I'm sure they can. Because like the Titan paint was kind of tilted like this angle. We had the Titan. Let me see if I can draw on this. Pen. So yeah, the Titan was kind of like this, like that angle, like that. That's beautiful,
yeah.
By the way, but
because I'm thinking what they did was they probably did that in 3D paint.
Yeah, well, they have the edges around here, like the white edge.
Yeah.
I don't know. See if I can remove the erase ink. Cool. My first time actually using the. Well, I've used the ink many times, but I don't use it much. So then we have a particular one, oops, I forgot to get that name out. That's not the author of it, but that's the theme name. So, because I know who the author is, and that's not it. I forgot to wipe that one out. But oh well. I knew there was going to be one of them that I would miss. So we have a, looks like he's in a combat suit. Not combat, but like stealth. Like one of them, the scuba diving suits. But he's got half like the anonymous white face on him. So he kind of reminds me of that, the faceless, I can't think of the name, but there's a movie with like a faceless character. That kind of reminds me of that. And the winning skin will cost you 999,000 points. High anxiety is saying out on YouTube. Probably 999,999 out there if they decide to sell it. But
yeah, metal.
Yeah, on the metals. So now this is one that I kind of liked with the ghillie suit, especially if he has a. The thing with Romero is him and ghillie suit are just totally opposite because he's like, hey, I'm Romero, I'm bad, look at my big gun. And the ghillie suit just kind of says like you're a sniper and you still got damage, but you want to kind of stay out on the side. So I don't think that a ghillie suit is super fitting for Romero. No, I have to say it looks really nice on him though. And I didn't edit any of these photos, so I basically just stretched them or whatever just to fit the PowerPoint slide size. If any of these seem distorted, like this one. So we have yeah, this looks like a green version of
Green Lantern.
Him too. Who's the red dude, the red and black dude that's got the two swords on his back? Deadpool. I was thinking of Deadpool when I seen that, like a green version of Deadpool.
Yeah, but remember, didn't he also do Green Lantern?
I'm not a
Ryan Reynolds?
I'm not a superhero person. I know of Deadpool because a friend of mine used to watch Deadpool, or he watched Deadpool and mentioned the name, and then I googled like what Deadpool looked like. And in my former years, when I was a wee little commander, I played a few Marvel and whoever the rival of Marvel is games because my brother was into that stuff and I had nothing better to do, so I got introduced to a lot of the comic book people.
Arwen said that I was correct. The guy that did Deadpool also did Green Lantern and rejects that movie to hell and back. That does look exactly like a Green Lantern suit to an extent.
So there you go. So the name on this one will be Green Lantern. I like how he's got the glowy fingers too, like the glowy thing around him. That looks kind of cool.
I like the half kilt.
Yeah. And the shoes don't look comfortable.
You hide the junk.
So we have another Romero in a dress, but now we have a face on this one. Haters will say that this right here, haters will say that that's Photoshop. Right? I'm just throwing that out there. That the haters are going to say that's Photoshopped. Now we have another one. This one looks like, oops, I forgot the.
It's Dava in a dress.
I didn't even notice that this one had the name in the middle. So, pay no attention. Just going to have to scribble that out.
Too late.
There we go. He's got red in the middle. Well, it's whatever. I knew I missed some because whatever. So he's got the Survivor logo there. That looks pretty cool. And then he's got the battle armor. I played a game where it kind of looked like this armor. I can't think of the game, but yeah, you had like a little rocket here. And but the thing is, how would he get his he's got like the rocket. He's got his minigun thing that he can shoot the planes with. But how's he gonna pull his bazooka out? Because he doesn't have hands. He just got like guns for hands. So, but he's gonna shoot a bazooka out of his stomach, I guess. Or I mean, it looks like he's kind of got a rocket launcher on the shoulder. It's like this is the back of the rocket launcher, and that's where the bullet would come out.
I'm not gonna say a damn thing.
C4 launcher. Laser project, so he's going to shoot lasers out of his eyes. He's got a machine gun. He's got a rocket launcher. And he's like, oh, okay, I like that. So now we've got a farmer I guess that's a tractor. I'm not sure what that is, but
Oh God.
based on the context, we have a sheep that's mooning us, and then we have a pig. So I'm assuming this is a farmer here.
Where's the Dell?
So we have like a wool. It looks like a wool jacket on him for when it's cold. So we have another one. So this one I kind of stretched out to fit, but we have another like exoskeleton type battle armor looking
Terminator Rambo.
Yeah, like something like that.
RoboCop.
RoboCop. There you go.
There we go. RoboCop. That's what I was thinking of. That's definitely RoboCop right here.
That's better.
You just need the whoever created this. You just got to make a mask for him.
Or like like one of those glowing eyes.
Or yeah, the glowy eyes, or at least like a helmet for him.
Mm-hmm.
Way it matches.
Yeah, RoboCop. Yeah, you go, Jeff. Jeff got it. RoboCop.
So this one had a name that I had to edit out, and I kind of I didn't stretch this one because I was trying to keep the white or the gray theme, but when I tried to take the white out, it didn't want to go away. So here we are with this one. So this one kind of looks like
an X-Men villain.
Yeah, like something like that. If I stretched it horizontally, I could probably get a little better detail, but
that's what he said.
So it just kind of looks like it kind of reminds me of Frieza from like a black version of Frieza from the Dragon Ball Z for some reason.
Actually, yeah, it does.
Somebody saying Cylon from Battlestar Galactica, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's something that you can create if you're good with this kind of stuff, because we got a few more weeks for that. So now this one just looks really, really like this is Romero. He's just like a bad dude. He's got that bad dude haircut. It's on fire. He's got grenades on his belt. He's missing his guns though, but it didn't say to give him guns. So obviously he's got a rocket launcher in a back pocket and then a minigun in the other back pocket, and then just like Grand Theft Auto.
Duke Nukem. There you go, Duke Nukem.
And then he's got a radioactive thing like on his waistband. So this one's kind of cool for like a what you call it? It'd be kind of cool for like a custom war paint.
Yeah.
So from here on out, you'll be seeing some random gray splotches, and that's where people's names were. So that's where like it looks kind of discolored. If I had more time, I would have edited it better. But yeah, that's what I was saying. This is one of the worst PowerPoints I've made, but we get to laugh about it together. So I like these pants. They're definitely like military looking, along with the vest, and he's got the grenades there. They look like was it the ball and chain, like the little iron ball that you would get from that? So you'd probably do blunt force damage with these kind of things, or like a small cannonball. And it looks like they're on a clip. So oh yeah, that's definitely an M67 where it's got the grenades where you unclip it and then throw it. I wonder if that's that's Romero. Oh, they even put his name on the insignia. That's awesome. Shout out to whoever did this. I never even noticed that they did that. This on his back, he's got a little machete. Some people say. I don't know that he doesn't seem like one that would be using a machete, but yeah, it's a nice little battle gear. Like this is probably one of the better ones that look like for the military, and the piece that finally gives him like, that fills out this suit is the camo stripes right there.
Yeah,
that actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does.
Shout out to whoever did this one.
I would actually, out of all those designs, I would actually get that one.
Like I wish I could just pick one of these designs and then buy it for whatever price in the gear store, because I like some of these designs. And this one's definitely like RoboCop. Hold on. How did it? I just looked over here because I got that lazy eye, and so I saw this before this, and just a disclaimer. This is the first time I'm actually looking at these in detail. I just kind of copied and pasted them, and then just did my magic with the art, with the PowerPoint. So I'm actually looking at them in detail now. So we got another survivor. I'm noticing all these are survivors. They're slapping the survivors logo on them. But he's got it on the helmet right there. Nice exothermic suit. But what I noticed is on here, he looks like he's got airbags in the back of his leg. But on here, because I thought that his legs were just real skinny here and then real chubby here. But he looks like he's got airbags there on the back.
Padding.
But yeah, it's for padding when you get knocked back, when he dies. And if you notice on the back, it looks like he doesn't have armor on the backside of his arm based on right there and right there. But then he's got armor back here. I guess he's got like some breaks in his armor.
From the female point of view, I like how tight his ass is. Give that one a glare.
Alrighty then. Hey, we don't know what gender's in there. I'm just saying. All right, so now we have a Bandito version, I guess. They put the little like a face mask on him, and they put a belt clip on him. Although I don't know if I don't think he had that original belt clip, so they put the belt clip on the original design. They gave him some, I think these are called amulets, where it's just like arm guard for like sword protection. But you should have the little amulet thing on the backside as well, because this way it goes all the way around in case somebody like hits you with a sword or something from behind. I know I'm thinking way too much into this stuff here. So then oh wow. That's Tom Brady's face.
Free parking, I love it.
Oh wow, okay.
Captain America got free parking in the rear.
I did not pre-screen this. I apologize, guys. Yeah, moving on.
Oh, that made my night.
Yep, I did not. I'm gonna have to pre-screen that one. So yeah, so that's an example of one that's probably borderline going against the terms of service. So here's one. We got the Superman logo. But they put the Superman logo as a as like camo to kind of match the pants.
Yeah, I thought I was just the only Marvel DC fan. So there you go.
There we go. That's what it was. DC. I was trying to think of the other one that was against Marvel. So this is another one that I had to stretch. It looks a little better on the forums, but he's kind of got camo gloves as well as the camo pants. Mm-hmm. So that looks kind of nice, matching his stuff. Oh, so this is one that is probably about the quality that you would get from me. But they did say that you can draw on this design, so this is what we have. So we have some ginger wavy locks, facial scar Rambo style. So he's got that white. Wow. He's got that red scar across his left eye. What we see is his right eye. The goatee and the beard. He's got some, I guess, a gold necklace. He's got a nice square in his on his chest. So I guess that's
what he said. He's got a nice square on his chest.
And he's got a Survivor logo. The Survivor logo goes here on the knee pads right there. He's got some wing boots for, I guess, kind of like Icarus. It's interesting. Go boom waistband packed with C4. All right, well, I guess that works. He's just gonna reach around and then grab a explosive and then chuck it. Although I
call for reach around. Okay.
I thought that C4 was white color, but I like these tattoos. Nice little. I guess they look like eagles. Yeah, golden eagle tattoos. Beowulf hair. Wow, Beowulf brings me back memories of 11th grade, I think it was. Was it 11 years ago? I think 11th grade was for me. Oof, long time ago. Gives you kind of an idea about how old I am. So now we have Survivors Fight for Freedom. Okay, yeah. What I want to see is a Survivor's like tattoo on an actual like tattoo on him. He's a Survivor, so he has to be repping his team. So now we have this is interesting. So we have one style of camo in the front and then one in the back. That kind of looks cool. So they kind of just they put like a white camo here. I forgot it's 2019. We can't say white. A Caucasian colored camo right here. A Caucasian and African American colored camo on him right here. And we've got a green one.
Yeah, but see, now you can't say African American anymore. You have to say black and Caucasian.
Wait. There we go. This one. I was using my scroll wheel to try to advance to the next one, but I went the wrong way. Okay, so now we have this one. And so the name was over here, so then we had to edit that out. But this one actually looks kind of like, I should have actually made that, I could have made that better right there, but whatever. So we have him without the armor, and we have him with the armor. So this is definitely one that's, this one should get bullet resistance, I feel like. If somebody's shooting like a machine gun, like a Liberator, I think it should get bullet resistance, like 50%, just because it looks so awesome.
So that'd be like what, a war paint for a war paint?
Because he's got the shoes, he's got the armor for the hands, the helmet, the armor, the body armor, and then I guess these are the shin guards, like that part. And
they can even put. You were talking about the that could be a tech for it. What you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 50% off when wearing the war. Well, they could just, because war paints haven't given us anything in forever, so that's
right.
They could slap on the war paint, like reduce damage by a percentage from bullets, and then bullets would not include like tank rounds or like burst damage generally, unless it's like a gun, like the sharpshooter.
Makes sense.
All right, so now we have this one is straight from, I think it's Assassin's Creed.
I thought that was Doctor Strange.
It could be. But this looks like the, especially with the knives like that, that looks like the, I can't think of the Assassin's Creed character name.
Creed, yeah.
But,
yeah, it does kind of look like that. Yeah, Assassin's Creed.
Dang. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank, but the, I used to have some fun with them little blades. Because I play a lot of stealth games, so Assassin's Creed was way too easy for me with them blades. So, let me see here. All right, just catching up on YouTube. So, if we have the robes in the front now, you're not required to do the back. So I'm assuming that we're just doing the front on this one. I think the other one as well, where I said, you should have the same design on the back. Yeah, you weren't required to do the back, so you just have to do the front. And so if you're voting, don't vote down on this one because it doesn't have the back. Vote just on the front ones because the back one's not required. All right, got a little tipsy right here. So this one, he's got face on his knees. It looks like a mustache, but that looks really cool. And this one looks like he's got a what do they call that? Like a Under Armour shirt on, but it's like armored colored because it's like really, really tight. Like it's like a tight shirt. But then he's got the helmet on, which I like that. But the problem with this helmet is if you were to wear this in the age where they were wearing armor, you've got slots where they could stick their spear through or stick their knife through. So that's
I would not pick that one anyways. No. Nah.
And then we have this one.
I would pick the girl dress, the dress for the Romero versus that one.
So this one we just have like a it's a black like a running suit on. Like this guy's going jogging. And this. Then we've got this guy. Looks like he's in the playing Hitman. This is actually really nice, especially like that. I tried to crop this and make it bigger so like it would fill this entire area, but yeah.
It's got the clan name on one of them.
Yeah.
He's got a nice little suit and everything, and then he's got the pistol, he's got the gloves. What's it? Just need a little top hat right there. Like, let me see if I can. I mean, I'm not a very good drawer, but something like this. Probably not as wide though, but like the mafia hats, like the brim, where it was like round there. But, yeah, these little like one of them mafia hats. That would be pretty cool.
Just don't let Dava draw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the quality of what I could potentially draw. And again, down here, there's another mistake of well, not mistake, but another cover up of the name.
Mm-hmm.
So when I make a mistake and all that, I cover up the clan name. So this one had the back as like the standard back with Romero, and then this side had the front over here. So what I did was I just kind of cropped them together. That's why the background's different. But
That actually looks pretty good though.
this one definitely, it looks like Assassin's Creed type character.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you guys out on YouTube, can you guys find me the name of the Assassin's Creed dude? Because at least in 1, 2, or 3, because it's driving me crazy now. The main character that you play as, but it's even got the pointy. It's even got the hood. I'm having a brain fart. Words are confusing. Words are hard. It's got the hood that covers the eyes, just like the Assassin's Creed characters. Looks like we got a face here, like the eyes or the ears, and then the mouth. It's got a nice little sword back there for doing certain things with. And we have a nice little, like, just decorative armor. This looks like one of the armors that you would wear as, like, a medieval knight. And it would be like your family, what do they call it? Like your family coat or something like that, where you have, like, your family coat on the shield. Family decoration. This one definitely is a Spec Ops one. I can tell that they put some, what is that? I think it's the contrast or something, because Romero's a lot darker in the green. That definitely looks awesome. We have some like Spec Ops gear right here. Spec Ops glasses. Wow. Spec Ops. Yeah, his glasses are so special ops that you can't even see them, that he's wearing them. They're invisible. Then he's got the gloves and everything. So he would need if he had some like thermal, what's that? The thermal, like, eye goggle things, thermal vision or night vision helmet. So this way, you can't hear when people burp like that. And then also, like, he could be talking to this dude over here. So like he could, this is person 1, and then this is person 2, and then he could be talking to him. All right, so we're gonna erase the ink on all slides. So now we've got Batman, I guess, and Romero. He's got some kind of decorative stuff. It looks like Tetris right there.
That sword looks like the same thing that was on the crotch of another uniform or war paint from another one that you showed earlier. The sword. The picture in the middle.
Oh, yeah. We have another Survivors logo here. So we got Batman. So I like the little cape thing. We had a lot of or quite a few what do you call it? Marvel, DC type characters, inspired characters. But I just can't see Romero as being like Batman, because the cape seems like it would trip him up as he's like running around. And Batman's more of a combat and tech stuff, like techie stuff.
I would like to see a Romero version of Deadpool.
We had that. Well, we had a green version of
a green version, but not a red one. Because the green one, if anybody could choose, I'm pretty sure they would choose the Deadpool version.
So now here's 2 of them that I'm not sure that they would qualify, but I'm not, that's just because
that That wouldn't qualify.
It's kind of like tilted, and it's a little bit bigger than the theme, like
And
the
it's
little block.
better.
But yeah, that too. But I think the Kixeye art team could probably just use the colors and figure that out, because
Yeah.
when they were doing that Omega Titan, the Rim War paint, when they did this Bernie's briefing room, the podcast, man, they got like every little detail on that Titan. So they would probably sit there and like, see that little scratch right there? They would sit there and get that scratch and that little scratch and that scratch and these little scratches right there, and they would make it exactly like 2-3 millimeters apart. Like those guys on the art team, they're very dedicated to what they do, and they're very determined to what they do. But this is definitely the faceless thing. Oh, I can get a laser pointer. There we go. I don't know how effective that would be.
Put in the middle.
Because I would in a classroom setting, I would just have a laser pointer. But like, so we need eyeballs here. I meant that to be more oval, like this. But drawing with a mouse has failed. And then like a nose.
Boo.
Mouth. There we go. Oh, now it looks like Iron Man. Oh my goodness! I have a picture.
Oh, you're gonna give me nightmares.
Of this in my head, but I can't like get it to the internet. Oh, yes. Hold on. Want to keep this card? Man, I wanna show you guys this. Kixeye. I think it's this. Yep, there we go. That's what that reminded me of when I drew the eyes on that face.
Have you been watching SpongeBob?
I mean, I have in my past, in my little commander, but that's what that reminded me of when I drew on that little face there. Just the horrible way that I did it. And then this one is a lot skinnier. It was let me resize him. Yeah. He was probably about that size. And I'm only resizing him because it's the middle of it's the end of the slide. So, yeah. I mean, I like the design and all that, and it's like 3D. Definitely like he's got grass for hair, got the green grass. And his head is like split open, like whatever this is on his head, it's split open to let the grass grow out. So I think that's definitely like a unique thing.
Looks like a goblin of some sort.
Yeah, like the green goblin dude.
Yeah.
And then he's got a see, now this right here makes Romero look like a wimp because he's got a pistol grip. You can't have a Romero. He's just holding a minigun with one hand. You can't have a pistol grip on that thing. Yep, got the grenades on the belt and everything, and so. Yeah. So, which one was you guys' favorite?
I would say the one that had the black stripes going across the face and the arms, and looked more like a cameo type all over instead of just the suit.
Where was it? Nope, not that one. Come on. That one?
Yeah. I like that one the best.
What about you, Hawkeye?
Hawkeye. Did he fall asleep?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to a mic and it's like, why aren't they responding? No, I like that one.
I just want to apologize for waking you up from a deep slumber. That was very rude of me.
I was talking to my wife and I didn't want to disturb the show.
Oh.
Well, I appreciate that. So,
and then I forgot I muted the mic. Why aren't they responding? They're ignoring me.
So which one of these war paints did you find the most appealing?
I like that one right there.
Yeah.
You could always use the blade for the damn war dogs.
Yep.
I want to see him just chop up a building like 3 or 4 swipes instead of 3 seconds for the C4. Just chop, 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 and the building blows up.
Well, that one with the C4, I was thinking of the suicide bomber, man. Shit. It runs fast enough.
So I initially liked this one, but apparently the ones that Kixeye staff made probably aren't going to be eligible for the
that one
eligible for it. So then I thought of I gotta find it.
All depends on where the gun's mounted.
That's what he said.
If it's mounted on the chest, that's fine.
I kind of like this one, but this one doesn't seem like it's like War Commander type. This looks like a one that I would be playing a console. Like I would be using this character on a console.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with that. Like I like the colors, but it's definitely like it's definitely doesn't seem like War Commander-y.
Mm-hmm.
Same with that one. So I'm just reviewing all of them. So I would definitely say for like a War Commander thing, I gotta go with that one. I like the hair. The hair is on fire. He's got the he's just got these like grenades right on his little shoulder strap things. He's got suspenders on, which not many people can rock suspenders, and it's got like a V right there.
I can rock me some suspenders.
I tell you what, though, that reminds me of Team Fortress 2, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm hearing in the background, Sentry going down.
This looks like a guy that would have a headset on, and he would be like the team leader.
Yeah, that's true. He'd be a pyro.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the guy that's like the like Rambo, if you've ever seen the movie Rambo. I've not seen the movie Rambo, but apparently he's like a crazy just like gung-ho kind of guy, just like go kill him, go shoot him up type dude.
Well, they could have like that and then have another option of like that, but like more of like a pyro, you know?
Yeah.
See, with the flaming hair, I would have put like a flame tattoo right there, and a flame tattoo there. And then whatever faction, because if they have to have a faction tattoo, put it right dead center, or even on the back right here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Astute Nukem. Yeah, that's what everyone said.
So, yeah, that's the end of our scheduled programming.
Cool.
I don't have anything else for the good of the community. Oh yeah, here's a picture of one of the bases that I hit, the Valentine's Day bases. So if you're watching the stream today on February 14th of 2019, look at what you can earn, at least with the resources from this base. I had no master loot on. As you can see, the numbers are orange, so I did have the clan boost, the resource boost on, but I didn't have any master loot on, which I should have. So that's why I don't level up, because as you can see, I'm a 48, and I really don't want to level up that much more because of Warpath. Because when the top guy is like a level 32, and the base has like 2 or 3 turrets in it that are like level 1, and he's got like 50,000 honor, there's something broken with the honor system, because I can destroy that base probably with 50 riflemen, but I won't take anything because I'm such a high level. And so that allows him to, if he's got a Herald, he could bubble 45s, 46s that ain't got anything in their base. He can get a ton off of them, but then they can't return. So I think the infamies, the honors thing's got to be tweaked a little bit. But, while it stays as crazy as it is for the higher levels, I definitely don't want to level up. So I'm running Master Loot. Normally I'm running Master Loot. And I would highly recommend, if you don't want to level up and you're doing these bases, run Master Loot, because Master Loot will not... It costs you like 5,000 medals, and it prevents you from leveling up from resource gathering. But the plus side is it multiplies your resource gathering by 10. So obviously you're not going to get 10 billion from this base, but other bases that give smaller amounts, like the silver version of the snowy version of this base, the red locust something. I think it's the 45, but don't quote me to it. It's like a icy layout on the map, and it's not this layout. that one will give you like 45 million without master loot, and they'll give you 450 million with it. So.
Well, just remember, if you use the master loot, though, normally you would get a little something like an op afterwards. If you don't use the master loot, if you use the master loot, you lose that chance of having a good op for later on. But it's pros and cons to that. And I don't think, also, too, in certain ones, you don't get experience, too, when you use master loots, right?
Yep, that's what I was saying. If you don't want to level up, use master loot, because this way you don't get you don't get XP from getting the res. Because anyone on Unshackled knows I love farming res. Well, I don't love farming res, but I farm a lot of res. And I usually get a month's worth of res in one day and then just store it up. But so I don't like leveling up from all that resource gathering that I need to do. So I used, if I count all the missiles that I used in Warpath, I think it was like 10 billion worth of res in missiles. So as you can tell, I love use. I ran into a lot of hunters. So if you quit the game, please remove all the hunters and anti-air stuff, and just leave your base as like no hunters and no base defenders. This way, we can use it for Warpath. But with that, I'm gonna turn this screen share off, and let's get into some shoutouts. So Hawkeye, you have any shoutouts?
I'd like to give a shout out to everybody on YouTube. Thank you for coming out and viewing the show. I'd like to give a shout out to the panel. Thanks for having me on, and hopefully everybody enjoyed their Warpath. Just remember, people, it's only a game. Things happen when you get hit during Warpath. Don't make it so serious. We have things other than this game to go back to, so just let it be. That's it for me.
All right, cool. Ghost Rider.
Shout out to the panel and to YouTube, and of course, Dappa Phoenix for not totally losing your voice while reading all that.
And singing.
And singing. And not hitting the red button, of course. And happy Valentine's Day, y'all. That's it.
My first ever Happy Valentine's Day and a shout out on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a couple things to say before I do my shout outs. So apparently the base, I've been corrected, the base is called the Black Widow's 40 base. If the 40 is the heart design, the heart design did fill me up when I wasn't running Master Loot, and it did fill my resources, well, like a billion. But and then the other one gave me like 450 million. So I haven't tried the heart one with the Master Loot yet. But while I had screen share off, I was able to search the name of this Assassin's Creed character that's been bothering me. And so for those who give a hoot, it's Desmond Miles. That's the name they use in the game, so I can use that. It's Altair or Ezio. Apparently there's a Connor, but I haven't reached that one yet. But so there's Altair and Ezio. That's the two guys that I'm thinking of. When I was thinking of those Assassin's Creed type characters, especially the one with the red, that one definitely looked like the first Assassin's Creed dude, the Altair dude. Right, so let's see, there we go. I'm just setting something up real quick, and then I will do my shout outs. Why did
you break something?
Why does Google hate me? There we go.
You broke it, didn't you?
Okay. I need to quickly add something to my slide. I should have had this prepared, but I just thought of it now live as we are live. The joys of doing a live show where you can't pause it. And of course, I'm too lazy to edit, so we all get to laugh at Daba while he stalls for time talking about random nothingness. All right, so I just want to give a shout out to everybody in YouTube. Hashtag Daba broke it. What about the missions and work? Oh, yes. Oops. See, Mr. Rommel keeps me on my toes. That's something else. I gotta put my my little PowerPoint. But now I need to stall even longer. So how is everybody preparing for the monthly event?
Storing up resources and Thor, and just making it sure it's locked away through having stuff that is going to take a long time to upgrade. You know, stuff like that. I mean, it's not really that hard to do. It's most of the time that the event bases, they fill you up anyways. So it's just mostly Thor you have to get if you don't do it prior to.
Yeah.
Last time I think they gave you 50 million thorium if you did all the if you did everything in the attack wave.
Yeah.
Or like the main track, you got like 50 million Thor, so that wasn't too bad. But I was definitely using a lot more than 50 million Thor in missiles.
Yeah, if you use a lot of missiles like I do, and you do, obviously, yeah, you have to pre-store like about a day ahead. But yeah, it's just use it where you know you can cancel later on something. Put something that's going to be building, and then put something that needs like Thor right behind it, so it may take 7 or 8 days to build, and then you have all the Thor stacked up behind it. Then you can cancel that, and then cancel what you're going to have building or upgrading, or mainly building. And that way, there you can build it up for event like a day or two before. That's one way. And the other way is if you don't use a lot of missiles, you just get it as you're doing events. They do have some bases that you can use Master Loot to fill up on res, but please finish those bases so they can be respawn somewhere else instead of leaving a half base, because otherwise it's going to take about 2 hours for it to reset.
So you don't do like me and go to the highest level base and drop some mavs in it and then leave it?
Well, you can. I mean, at the same time, because they're going to go find another one anyways. But what I do is that I'll sit at one, and I'll just redo it over and over if I need more stuff for missiles or whatever. You know, I'll keep a tune there for the extra resources for the Master Loot, but that's about it.
All right, so I had an idea what I was going to do for the slide, but I'm going to make it better. So better takes like 2 minutes. So what is it? Hawkeye, are you preparing for the event in any way?
Just getting my tunes healed up.
Yep.
And so
That too.
a pro tip from your favorite War Commander singer is if you have a particular faction that you feel like you're going to be doing their faction track,
Yeah,
and you really like, set the CC to switch over now, so this way you can get their faction buff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Consequently, if you find you don't like and you want an extra boost, you can, like for me, Corpus and I really don't get along too well with in regards to like Corpus only events. I could set my CC to Corpus, so this way I get a 10% buff for that particular track. The Survivor and Sentinel stuff I'm usually pretty strong in, so I really don't need a buff there, but Corpus I need one, so I can set my CC as Corpus, and this way you can benefit from that. Now, if you're good with all three factions, then you could set your base to whatever your main, what do you call it, like your defense in your base for the defense waves. You could set your base to whatever faction your base is aligned to for the defense wave, so this way you can get the extra bonus for that. All right, so I'm just checking one final Discord PM.
3 hours later.
All right, we're finally ready.
Yay.
So you guys will appreciate, hopefully, what I did with this PowerPoint. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to do slideshow.
Screen share. Screen share.
And
You're not caught up to YouTube yet.
There you go.
yeah, it takes a while for it to, but what about the mission? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to start from the current slide. So originally I was just going to put all 4 of these on one slide, but it didn't look right. So hopefully you guys can read the white text. So it says destroy 30 rogue faction base. Oh yeah, these are the new missions. So far we've got 4 of them. So this one says faction, destroy 30 rogue faction bases. And the reward is 5 million thorium. I know it kind of looks like a 6, but that's just because I stretched it out really a lot.
That's what he said.
But you need 30 rogue bases for that. So apparently it's just anything. So res bases, Thor bases, any of that stuff. Just
Daba, you're not screen sharing, huh?
It said I was, and
Nope.
It says you are screen sharing and presenting. Wait, hang on. There we go.
You gotta click on yourself.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Right.
There we go. There you
All right, so forget about everything I said for the past 30 seconds.
Yeah,
So what we're doing here is we are showing the different factions that we have, or the new missions that we got. We got 4 of them so far, thanks to Mr. Erwin Rommel. Shout out to you. So yeah, we need 30 rogue faction bases, and then as it shows here, we got 5 million thorium. Kind of looks like a 6, but yeah, it's 5 million thorium. And we need 30 of those. So we need PvP bases do not qualify. PvE bases do. So res, Thor, even the cores, like the Bastion bases, metals, even the event bases should qualify for this as well. So now we've got destroy 400 buildings and rogue faction bases. My goodness, that's a lot of buildings. And that's also worth 5 million thorium. So how many buildings are actually in a base? Like if you put every single building down, how many buildings are there? Shout out to anyone that can figure that out.
way too many.
Then trophies don't count as buildings in regards to my question. Basically, buildings you can destroy, and that includes your 260 walls, because technically those walls should count as buildings for this particular mission, although they probably won't. just saying, Kixeye, because in that case, I could probably, because I think there's probably like at least 30 different buildings in my base, plus the 260 walls, so that'd be like 290 to 300 per building, or per base. So I guess it's not too much if they count the walls. But if they don't count the walls, and that's a lot of buildings. I'm gonna go to like the highest resource base, because that's got a lot of walls and a lot of buildings in there. I'm just going to keep farming that for this mission if I ever get it. So now it says kill 500 units in rogue faction bases. This is also worth 5 million thorium. So units also should count for the last stand defenders. So this one's actually not that bad, because the last stand defenders, usually there's 20 to 30 that pop out of a building. So, yeah, see, Erwin, that's what I was asking, like, do the walls count? And if the walls count, then that's definitely a bonus, but something we'll have to ask Kixeye or figure. Actually, hang on, Erwin, if you have this mission, you can hit a wall and see if it works, like, while we continue. And because I don't have this mission, I just have these screenshots from Mr. Rommel, so unless you stole them from borrowed them from somewhere. And now we've got destroy 100 command centers and rogue faction bases. So this one's going to be a lot of fun, and we got 5,000 medals from it. So I wouldn't go crazy and try to. All right, I need to hit 500 or 100 command centers. So I'm just going to go in, kill a command center, and attack. I wouldn't go crazy like trying to farm this one, but in your PvE endeavors, it's going to be inevitable that you're going to destroy command centers, because that's the win condition for a lot of PvE bases, is destroying the command center, or part of the win condition, because some you have to kill everything or just some buildings, and so the command center counts as everything or building. So yeah, I wouldn't go farming for this, because that's going to take you a long time just to kill 100 rogue bases. Even if you throw one bone saw in a the core base, and assuming it survives, you could hit 10 of those at a time, and it'd be a long time just to farm them. So, all but progressing through the medal reward one. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So this is what I wanted to end my shout out with. So while I give my shout out, I want you guys to tell me which color is darker, at the top or at the bottom. So my shout out goes to Kixeye for this update for PvP. I think it's really going to help out. Shout out to everyone on the panel, to YouTube. Shout out to anyone that's still watching from the beginning. I'm going to take a guess and say we've got 20 people watching. So can one of you guys let me know how many we have watching? Because I don't have YouTube.
8.
All 8 of you that are still watching, shout out to all 8 of you that are still here.
There'll be more later. Always is.
And yeah, you guys can put oh yeah, here we go. So I'm going to draw just like a little thing. So the top one we're going to call number 1, and the bottom one we're going to call number 2. So which one is darker? So shout out to everybody on the panel, to YouTube. Yeah, I already said that. The next show will be probably Saturday on about 4:30 Eastern, 4 o'clock Eastern, somewhere around that time. So be sure to check that out. And like, comment, subscribe. And we're going to get the answer to this, which one is darker. So if you take your finger and place it over this middle section right here, just take your finger and put it over that middle section. And then something crazy happens. So I'll give you guys a moment to do that. Oops, sorry. So yeah, just take your finger and put it over that middle section so you don't see any of that middle section there. And so, no, discard. So I'm going to try to acquire a... Sorry, I'm trying to acquire a black, African-American colored thingy. So we could put it over the center. And we're going to rotate this horizontally. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to do this. And so as you can tell, those who said it is the same shade, you are correct. And for those that do not believe me, that still have doubts, check this out. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to take an image from here. So it matches here. It also matches down there. So your eyes can play tricks on you. So with that, I'm going to end with this. Don't believe everything that people tell you. And don't believe everything that you see.